Hi, and welcome back to your daily life function video number 2 for the month of January. Yes, January. Okay, a couple things before we get started. One, if you haven't done so already, go back and do your mobilities for January and then come over here and do the workout. Second thing, the equipment you're going to need is pretty simple today. We're going to need a bench, something to sit to stand on. If you don't have a bench, you can use a chair for your sit to stands, and you can do your bench presses on the floor. Not a problem. So if you don't have a bench at home and you need to do sit to stands, use a chair, something that's sturdy, that's not going to slide around or move. But any of your bench presses, your lat pullovers, anything like that that I may demonstrate on a bench, you can absolutely do on the floor. Not a problem at all. You just won't get as deep a range of motion for your bench press or your lat pullovers because you're not coming off of a raised surface. You have to stop where the floor stops, but it's also a great place to start. So you have that. So if you have at home a kettlebell, 1 to 2 dumbbells, 2 is preferable, especially since we're going to be doing lateral shoulder raises and bench press. You can do a bench press with a single kettlebell, would be a more narrow grip, but if that's all you have, then work with what you have. But the lateral raises is easier to do if you have 2 and you want to go lighter with those. So somewhere 3, 5, 7.5 max, but I'd say 3 to 5, okay? And the third thing to go over is the rep scheme today. So everything is going to increase by 2. So we start just with 1, and then 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, all the way up to 15, okay? So we just repeat each one of the exercises for that many reps, and then we have a little finisher at the end and our cool down, okay? So with that, let's get started with our kettlebell or dumbbell sit to stand. So if you have your kettlebell, okay, and when you do your sit to stands, I would start seated first. Check your alignment and make sure that your knees are directly over your ankles, okay? That makes a big difference in terms of any pressure on your knees. I find if you just take your feet out a few inches, check that alignment, it's going to make it a little bit more challenging, especially when you have to drive your heels through the floor and push up and you don't get that forward momentum, but that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the strength in your glutes and your quads, okay? So you're going to hold the implement down low, drive through, and then sit down all the way, okay? So that's 1 repetition. If you don't have a kettlebell, not to worry. You can use 1, if not 2, dumbbells, okay? So you can do the same thing, holding the dumbbell, okay? Check your alignment, knees over ankles, drive straight up, and have a seat, okay? And if you have like 2 lighter dumbbells and you want to increase your weight, then go ahead and grab 2 and hold them here, however you want to hold them, down between your legs. Same thing, drive up, have a seat, and there you have it, okay? So 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, a kettlebell, whatever it is that you have, okay? So you're gonna do that for 1 repetition. Then you're gonna take your dumbbells, lie back on your bench, and do a chest press for 1. So remember, when we chest press, we wanna tuck our shoulder blades, okay? Flatten your back against the mat. All right, brace your core. Down, use your range of motion, and come on up. And if holding them straight across from each other doesn't feel great, turn them at a slight 45-degree angle and pull down and press up, whichever one feels most comfortable to you, okay? And then we're gonna go into a dumbbell or kettlebell hinge and high pull. So I'll show you what it looks like with 2 dumbbells, okay? You go hinge just below the knees, nice flat back. As we stand up, we pull up and apart. So I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, opening up the front of my shoulders, okay? So a little bit of a hinge and then high pull, a hinge, high pull, okay? So that's what it looks like with 2 dumbbells. If you don't have that, then grab your kettlebell, okay? And we can kind of pull up a little higher with the kettlebell because it's 1 implement instead of 2. So it's still a little hinge and then high pull. So we want a nice pull, like I'm trying to rip the handles off of the kettlebell. I'm making a capital letter T with my arms. My elbows aren't way up here. My neck isn't all scrunched up and I'm not internally rotating my shoulders, okay? So again, little hinge, up and pull apart. Okay, again, you should feel this in the back of your shoulders. And then the fourth move is our lateral shoulder raise. So for this, you want lighter dumbbells. I'm demonstrating with 5s. Okay, so for this, you're going to lead with your elbows, all right, and come on down. So we're going to come up, and then we're going to really control it on the way down. Lift up, control on the way down, okay? So there's a slight bend in my elbows as I go up. And when you do that, you have a tendency to kind of want to scrunch up your face. Try to relax your face, try to relax your neck, try to relax your shoulders as you do those, okay? So you have those 4 moves, go through them 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. That is the meat of the workout, okay? The finisher, you can thank me for this later, is a 3-minute wall sit, okay? So I'm gonna demonstrate, I don't really have a wall over here within the camera, but you'll get the idea. So we're gonna sit down we're gonna pretend this is a wall, okay? Sink down, and again, when you're doing a wall sit, some of the key things to remember, look down and make sure that your knee is over your ankle, okay? Press your low back into the wall. So you shouldn't be able to take your hand and slide it between your low back and the wall. You wanna do a little tilt, press everything, and push all of the weight into the wall behind you. That's really gonna get your quads going and your glutes going and take any pressure off of your knees. So you're gonna hang out here, feel the burn, embrace the suck, all of the things for 3 minutes. And then you will gracefully stand up, shake out those legs, and go into our cool down, which is the same as it has been. It's our 1 to 10 breathing. So as a refresher, inhale for 1 breath, exhale for 1 breath, hold up for 2, down for 2, so on and so forth, 3, all the way until you can get up to 10. And this may take a while. This may be something that you're working towards. It may be easy for you to get to 10. It just depends on where you are. So work with where you are and just know that you can progress from there. So there you have it, guys. That is your daily life function workout number 2 for the month of January. I hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Thanks for joining. Talk soon.